This story was sent to me by Caressa Knight. And listen, I just did a video talking about how in the state of Illinois, their governor has now made it a requirement where in their public schools, they have to have LGBT history into the curriculum. And what did I tell you when I said that this stuff would spread eventually and now others will start to add their own little spin to it or try to do something to insert their own little twist, if you will. This man's name is Luis Davila Alvarado, and he is a science teacher at a middle school. At this point, that he might get removed for this stunt that he just pulled. He actually came up with a gender identity worksheet that he gave out to his students, and I'm going to pull up the worksheet in a minute because they actually have it online. And when I tell you, this guy was bold and had a lot of balls to do what he did, but at the same time, he was also dead wrong for what he did. So let me go ahead and read this article. A California middle school science teacher, and it doesn't surprise me this is out of California, was asked to stop handing out a worksheet titled The Gender Unicorn, provided by Trans Student Educational Resources, which explains gender identity, gender expression, and attraction. Denair Middle School science teacher Luis Davila Alvarado handed out the worksheet on the first day of school to help students understand why they prefer to go by MX, a gender-neutral title, instead of Mr. or Ms. He did this on the first day of class. He didn't even warm his way into it. He came in balls deep and did it. And I can tell by looking at this guy, just looking at his picture, I can tell he's probably a part of that community just by looking at his picture. The worksheet, which allows a person to fill out how they identify their gender, how they express their gender, what their sex assigned at birth was, and who they are sexually and emotionally attracted to, was not an assignment, and students were not required to fill it out. However, the second year 7th and 8th grade science teacher did not receive permission to hand out the worksheet. When the principal of the school, Amanda Silva, was making rounds during Alvarado's second period class, the teacher was asked not to hand out the sheets. Silva estimates that approximately 50 students received the sheet. The Nair Unified School District Superintendent Terry Metzger said that gender identity is a topic required by law to be discussed in 7th through 12th grade health classes, not science classes. Now listen to that. While they say it's not required to be taught in the science class, which he is a science teacher, they make it a requirement by law to be taught in health classes. The principal and I have spoken with the teacher about why we believe this was a poor decision, Metzger told the Modesto Bee. At any discipline is a private matter between the district and employee. Superintendent Metzger tells Yahoo Lifestyle, to clarify why we felt the handout was inappropriate, we felt it was not the right tool for the information the teacher was presenting, which was background information on the gender neutral courtesy title of MX. The handout appeared to ask students about their own preferences, which was not the purpose. Students were not asked or required to complete the handout and had the option of discarding it or keeping it after when the teacher referenced it. While only a handful of parents have called the school district to voice their concerns, users on social media have not been shy about sharing their differing opinions. Middle schoolers should not be asked by an adult who they are sexually attracted to, period, one woman shared in a Facebook post. First of all, it's none of their business. Second of all, this is a discussion between parents and children at their parents' discretion crosses the line on many levels. I would have to agree with those two statements. I'm sorry, what's the problem exactly? I guess this is a discussion that should be during sex ed, so if it's outside that scope, then yeah, not the right time. Someone else said, it's a cute graphic to explain the different expressions of gender and sexual orientation, though. One commenter posted, as a parent, protecting our child from anything is our job. My child received this in school. I was through the county school district. Another wrote, so the problem is that it came from a science teacher instead of a health sex ed teacher. Kids are more sophisticated these days. thanks to this age of information. I see no harm in educating them about diversity if it helps them to be more open-minded and understanding when they meet others meet others who seem different to them. It says a representative from Denier Middle School and teacher Alvarado did not immediately respond to Yahoo Lifestyle's request for comment. Now here you have on your screen is a picture of the assignment, the handout that he gave, the gender unicorn, in which it says gender identity. Female, woman, girl. Male, man, boy. Then it says other genders, and it says genders underneath it. I'm guessing that's a person that's supposed to be transitioning, or maybe a hermaphrodite. I'm not sure. Then underneath it says gender expression. Feminine, masculine, other. Then under it says sex assigned at birth. Female, male, or other intersex. Now that would be filed in the hermaphrodite category. Then it says sexually attracted to women, men, other genders. Then it says emotionally attracted to women, men, other genders. And it's basically a either or type of thing. Mind you, this was a handout that was given to 7th and 8th grade students, which if my math is correct, 7th and 8th grade ages is about 12 and 13. Now, what did they just do over in Chicago? Make it a requirement that people, young kids around this same age range have to take an LGBT history course. It's funny, and I have to piggyback off of what I was talking about in the video on that one. It's funny. Black History Month is regulated to 1 month and the shortest month, but they just implemented an entire curriculum for the entire year for LGBT history, and whose history was around longer. So I guess they're going to really stretch that out. And then on top of that, even with Black History Month, it's still regulated to a certain amount of people, and even the certain amount of people that it's regulated to, their history is still regulated as well. But yeah, this right here, this guy was completely out of line for even bringing something like that into that classroom. But y'all see, I'm telling y'all, it's spreading. It is spreading. And of course, whenever the topic of it being an agenda comes up, they'll keep saying, oh, it's not an agenda. It's all in our heads. Stop being homophobic and all this, that, and the third, to keep you from bringing some kind of realism to a serious matter at hand.